Alright, boom, let's roll.
Bet.
Oh,
Alright.
man.
So what going on right now is I'm here with my boy Fred. And
Yeah.
what the people don't know is I was waiting for so long for a project from you, bro.
As everyone
And then
else was.
you blessed us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
How does it feel? You know what I'm saying? Get it out there for real.
Hey, man, you know, it's cool, bro. It's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? To really have it finally come out to fruition, bro. Like, it was a lot of time invested in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of articulating, you know, piecing everything together to make it seamless. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, and you know, the first project God Gotta Find a Way of Showing it was, you know, a long time ago, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's just cool. Even with dropping, you know, stuff here and there with other folks or just myself, this, that, and the third. Like it feels like a growth in my own artistry, and just it's good to see other people's reactions to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's definitely a more like how the music itself is polished. You can hear that and see that in people's reactions and how they react to it, and you know the words they choose to bless at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
That's an important thing, low key.
You know what I'm saying?
I was wondering like what. Alright, so like the first album, it was personal in a way that it was kind of like an introduction to who you were as an artist. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this one, it was personal on a whole nother level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, how was like your family's reaction and your friends' reactions to that when they first came out?
You said whose reaction?
Both of them, your family and friends.
Okay.
Like everybody's like, how did they feel about the album?
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the friend. I'm gonna start because that's how the sequence went.
Mm-hmm.
The friends was, you know, mad supportive. You know, they was a lot of them was blown away. You know what I'm saying? To say the least, it was just a great reception, man. Like, you know, top to bottom, track after track, from the production to the lyrics, the content. You know what I'm saying? You know, I did a listening session recently, and yeah, bro, like it was cool to just hear everybody, you know, their take, and just, you know, after that last song, they look up and like, you know what I'm saying, like that breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, this shit was, you know, a powerful piece or whatever. And then the family reactions, which I actually got some recent ones. They're also supportive. Of course, you know, if you can hear, you know, certain lyrics and stuff like that, you know, talking about like the parents, this, that, and the third. You know, like my dad's reaction was, you know, like, damn, it sounds like you throwing us under the bus, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, it's just, you know, we talked about it, you know what I'm saying? And ironically, we was at a family reunion, you know, surrounded by more family, just talking amongst ourselves about it, and he liked the way that I put it together from like the parents just don't understand kind of child's perspective, because, you know, people go through that, we go through that, you know what I'm saying, as he was saying. And I kept it surface level enough to like not really tell, you know, family business or whatever, but at the same time, like, it was just, you know, experiences, and just having that scope of like, damn, man, shit don't feel right, but at the same time, just like, it's just my observation or whatever.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's no love lost or nothing like that, and I don't want them to receive it as that. And, you know, my mom, you know what I'm saying, who, you know what I'm saying, she took the brunt of most of the subject matter or whatever throughout the album. But, you know, it's still like, you know what I'm saying, that's my mom, you know what I'm saying, I only get one. But at the same time, it's like, hey man, like just letting you know, like this is just how I felt throughout. You know what I'm saying?
That was something I noticed too.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? And it's just
and
like, oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, like in a lot of your music, like you keep it a buck on my life. Like it's a lot of songs that
got to.
somebody might just try to run off with a subject, but for the most part, if not every time, your subject matter is keeping it a buck for real. Because I remember even in the first song, you was bringing up like how everything would happen, and you'll come down here and really just release it. I was like, yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Like,
You're a very vulnerable artist in real life.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it feels good to be, because it's just like, you know, a lot of, I kind of feel like a lot of us should be, you know what I'm saying? You know, rap about what you rap about, of course, but it's just like, man, you got a life that you live every day.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to appease to like a certain view all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the same time, it's like do what you want to do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like it ain't a bad thing to, you know, step out and look within. You know what I'm saying? So to speak, just get that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, you know, how I was feeling, man. And what I was about to get into is like, I'm 30 now, so it's just like the first track I mentioned, like I'm not sure if I I'm not sure if I said the 10 years thing. But I mentioned a lot of memories in the trailer. I mentioned the 10-year thing, but and it's surrounded around the theme of moving out. So moving out, you boxing up, you know, memories and stuff or whatever. So me doing that lets people know. Well, that was my mission, to let people know that it was a reflective piece. Like from that intro skit on till Brothers Anonymous at the end of the album, it's a reflective piece for 95% of the album. It's reflective. So you can go back 2012 when you first got in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro.
I didn't even repeat that part because I know it was very personal, and like obviously, when you listen to the words, like you can tell it was seemingly going throughout your childhood and meeting people too. But one thing I really want to know for real, even outside of that, no cap, from the beginning of the whole album, you were in a different like space with your flow for real. Like,
oh yeah.
I can't praise it enough. No cap. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Where he get all these flows from? Oh my mama. I'm sitting in the car, I'm like, damn. This is a hard flow.
Yeah,
the hook
bro.
come on like, whoa. This is a hard flow too. And it just keeps getting like that. So how do you take your growth? Do you notice what's going on for real?
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about it. Like, I remember when Tyler the Creator always mentioned, like, when you turn 25, and they say, like, when you turn 25, that's when the brain is fully developed and all that. And Tyler was like, that's when it clicked and all that. Around that time, that's when I started figuring out, like, exactly what I wanted, how I wanted to do it, and how I was going to pull it off. So with that mindset, and then just, you know, that carrying on, when I was picking these beats, man.
Who was on the beats? No cap.
Yeah.
Who was on the beat, bro?
A lot of good dudes from BeatStars for the most part.
Okay.
I want to say a couple that I personally know. Not too well, not too well, but you know what I'm saying. I call him a homie. And
Did you
like
make any beats?
No.
I gotta see you on that production side,
yeah,
man. I already know.
I do plan to get back to that. Plan to get back to that.
Man, quiet as kept. You do some of my favorite melodies, and I created a list on my phone. Like, yo, like your melody selection is amazing. No cap. Real life, bro.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate
Where
it,
you
man.
get that from?
Like with harmonizing, like hooks and
Yes,
stuff like that.
I go to the list, brother. Don't even worry. It started in your DM. That whole thing.
So, yeah.
Peach Cobbler. I went back to the old. Peach Cobbler was one of my favorite melodies ever. And then you got, even at the end, sometimes you got to give. Tough. Everything you do melodically, be tough. Where you get it from?
Man, bro. Like, that's, like, even with the flow thing that you asked, man, like, it just started with what clicked, and just, once I started picking the beats and just listening to exactly what I wanted to hear, like, the way I kind of do it, man, I just let the soul kind of, like, lead itself. Like, when I could hear it and I can see it, it's easy. But anything opposite of that makes it feel like I'm forcing the flow, or I'm trying to have this particular beat, but I don't know how to approach it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, let me try this hook, but it don't feel right. Well, when I get that perfect beat, bro, like, everything just flows.
For sure.
Everything, and it feels good. And when I know it feels good, and I can just insert the words here. It's all like a puzzle, man. And it's just like, you know, it makes everything else easier. The recording process, the writing process, the whole nine, bro. So
which song on the album was the easiest to record? Like, it just came to you naturally?
funny enough, I'll say The Next Supper was, because it's the first song.
That was the first song you got done?
First song that got done.
Okay.
Let me see, because I really got to think about it now, because I'm just like, damn, that's a good ass question, because a few of these songs did take me, like, you know, days apart and stuff like that to finish certain verses and whatnot. Oh, man. I'll keep it at The Next Supper. And even then, I was still kind of trying to find, like, a little inspo for the second verse. Like, and then eventually I could put up there.
Okay. What song, like, what's the time that if the song is, like, too far spaced out, you be like, all right, I'm just done with this song? Or would you come back to it even after a little distance?
I'll come back to it, because I do. And it'd be a long time. Like,
what's the longest you ever done? Because I know some niggas, they be like, I ain't going back to that one. It's just like a feel thing?
It's a feel thing.
For sure.
With this album in particular, it was finding what to particularly write about for, like, the next verse. I'll tell you the opposite of this question. Well, not this one, but the previous one. The longest, the hardest, most difficult song to write probably was, I'll say, Inheritance. I was trying to look for a hook. And then,
what about that?
And One Way Street. One Way Street hook. I could never get the hook to, like, sound how I really wanted to at first. But then I kind of, like, just play with different, like, okay, I remember this tactic that Andre 3000 would do, and he was like when he wrote a song, he would act like he wrote it for, like, somebody else, right? So I kind of put myself in the mind for, like, that one, for One Way Street. It was like Big Crit and Erykah Badu,
Okay.
like, meshed in together, and it was just like,
that's tough.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, what would this sound like? Because that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, all these things is coming into my visualization with, like, okay, I hear the beat. I love the beat. The melody is coming. All right, let me fill in the words. And then you know what I'm saying? And then luckily for, like, you know, where I was working at the time, as far as job goes, I was working in the warehouse and stuff. I used to have a lot of walk around time, or, you know what I'm saying? Well, while we was working and stuff, you know what I'm saying? that and being in the trucks. But most of the time being on foot and whatnot, I had time to say the melodies out loud to myself. So that's when like the words and stuff came easier. So it's just reworking of my ideas, man. But yeah, was that was that the question?
Yeah, for real. I know you brought up 3K. It's a song that brings like
Oh yeah,
an
yeah.
immediate 3K. Like yo,
Sally and her friends with benefits.
not even.
Oh.
I just want to play the drums. I said,
Yeah.
He went 3K. Oh my God.
I even sent that back to the producer to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he said the same thing. It sounded like 3K.
No cap.
Yeah,
like
bro.
the whole, yo.
That's
3K.
Yeah, that's the easiest reference I can make for that.
For sure.
And then of course, what I'm saying, I'm big on the gorillas. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of easy to kind of like do something in that vein.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
it was nice to hear that in the little bag. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had that bag personally, so it was like a little Kyrie move when you pulled that off. No cap.
So I'll tell you this too, like making this album, and there's a lot of dope producers, in the local area, local scene or whatnot, that you can meet on a more personable level and stuff like that in the physical. But my thing was like, this was one of the things that clicked, especially around that time, because when I was like 25, I was back at SAE, and I had realized it's like coming back to the album, my whole life, we've been on the move, right? Military, going to different states, different friends who I don't really have a set, home. I don't have a set base of friends really until I got here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you can say is a lot of my sounds been, tailored around the South, of course, but at the same time, it's like it kind of reflected. I realized it reflected. I'm like, damn, this kind of reflects my musical ear because I can say I listen to Andre and Gorillaz and Mos Def and D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, Lupe. You got all these people from.
You can tell it in the
You know what I'm
music
saying?
too.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like okay, when I started picking the beats, I was like, okay, let me pick out what suits me, like that I feel like goes perfect with whatever I'm trying to do for this album, for this project right now. And once I get done, once I put it out, it'll let everybody else know, like, okay, this is how he sounds on this type of beat. This is like one of the beats, like some gotta give. Shout out to KG Tito Beats. He that was titled the baby type beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like niggas wouldn't think that I would rap over some shit like that, but yeah, bro, like it's all about. To me, it was all about like, all right, let me set my foundation over again. Let me set my standard and be like, this is how I approach these type of beats. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like, in a sense, I don't know, man. I feel like niggas might think of like, not I'm too wordy, but like niggas know I'm heavy on the lyrical shit, right? But it's like I'm like, y'all can give me some of that hard shit too. Like I know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't have to necessarily be smooth all the time or boom bap. But it just it can, but it gotta sound right. You know what I'm saying? The kicks gotta knock a certain way. The snares, and that's not to say that it can't do that in a boom bap or neo soul type beat, because that's when you get a Isaiah Rashad. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? The trap shit could be trap, but hella melodic. That's how you get a Kendrick, J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Who else? Shit, you could say Craig. You could say, you know what I'm saying, but
I'd say some other shit. Right. No cap.
But
differences. No, yeah. But yeah,
yeah, bro.
that makes sense. What's next?
Shit, man.
Merch. Is there any merch coming? Is there any 42 merch?
Man,
Nigga said 40 dose. I said, yo, he's bugging today.
Listen, man.
You should make a 40 dose shirt.
Slowly but surely, man. Definitely taking my time with this one. When I did the whole run for God Got a Funny Way of Showing It, it was I did everything at once. The CDs and the posters and the stickers and the buttons, they all came at once. I'm trying to do kind of like slowly but surely, because one, we not even in that same era anymore. To not saying like in that era, but like buttons wouldn't be the number one go to, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like footwear, niggas wear Crocs and stuff a lot. You know what I'm saying? You could do little pins and shit.
Giblets, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stickers still go. Niggas put stickers on laptops, this, that, and the third.
Shit, anything go. You put a 42 on it.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? A little Freddie T here and there. You know what I'm saying? But
I want to see some merch. Oh
yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I gotta. The more eyes and ears that I can get, like to stay there, then that's when I hit them, because it's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a few, like, trust me, it's coming steadily, but like I just want more like to gravitate towards. You know what I'm saying? It feel like I'm good right now. That's why I'm doing things like August 3rd, Freddie T release celebration, but we got food at the house next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? As from this day recording. But yeah, bro, like even with that, you know, posters getting passed out. Slim CD versions of the album is getting passed out. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the next one could be. It could be anything, to be honest, man. T-shirts, hats, stickers, fucking coasters. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it could be anything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know that vinyl gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah. The vinyl's gonna come like it's at the right time.
For sure.
Still plan to do a show. And shout out to my man Promise, because a lot of great advice has been coming from him, man. And yo, he's a lifesaver for real. Like just how to move while being indie is like very difficult. So when you got a mind like Promise, bro, it's like, okay, bet. It makes you be calm in the taking the time process. Like it's some real weather the storm shit going on, because it's like I told, like, even with between our conversations, like it clicked to me. Like I told him, I was like, to which he agreed. I was like, bro, really the key to this shit, bro, you gotta act as if this shit came out the next day, for the first time, the next day, the next day, the next day. Like it's a whole lot of people that still have not heard it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's ever growing, man. So it's like, man, what I was saying, man. What I was saying,
You're just saying like moving your market, improving your market every time is growing. Every time, because you have to keep marketing it as if it's brand new, because in reality,
bro,
somebody ain't seen it, like you were saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, he
shout out to Promise, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Promise,
where
bro.
Cap's at, you know what I'm saying? Right. No cap.
He told me like even certain shows that he do, they be like free of charge and stuff. Like even with this like celebration event, I had to take a step back. My homegirl Tiff, who was also on the album, she started with a DM. She kind of told me about myself with the whole like, I feel you trying to sell tickets, woo woo, but you're not there yet for people to just like and make that investment just yet. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was kind of it was hard to listen to a little bit, but I wasn't mad at her or she wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it was like stuff like that, and then I had Promise afterwards, and gained some more insight. And he was saying even he do his events sometimes, for free or whatever. But the fact that they do have other merch and stuff, the CDs, people can buy the physical copy after listening to what they came to see and being like, oh, I can get down with, I can forward this. You still making some type of impact to where people want to make that investment in you.
For sure.
And leave without doing so, or not leave without doing so. You know what I'm saying? So
that's tough. A lot of attached for that one.
Word. And many more. Like he's chock full of knowledge, bro. Like for real.
For sure. Man.
But yeah, bro, the merch is on the way. I said all that to say the merch is on the way.
We need that.
Slowly but surely.
Okay. But those are the questions I have for real.
Word.
No cap. It's been a 42 album debut interview. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about the album as a whole? Like when you first listened to it?
Off top, I was honestly kind of taken aback. Because like I said, the flows was like the first thing to catch me. And then like, I was waiting for the album for a long time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Bro. So to finally hear it for real, I really just wanted to see the amount of growth that could be shown with time given. And it was a lot. Really the flows and the beat selection and the melodic ways paired along with where your lyrics already were just made the listening experience even more great from the first album. And the first album was one of my favorite albums. So
Word.
No
I
cap.
appreciate it.
Still get plays to this day.
To this
day. No cap.
Nah, cause listen, I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to just re-up and just do a new foundation. Like, God got a funny way of showing it was like great, but I was like, it was my first swing at anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just get my feet wet in general. Like, I've never done a music project. Like, it wasn't no mixtape, no EP, no nothing before that shit, bro. And it was really dope. So that being the foundation of what we see now, what we got Food at the House, and then many more to come, it's just like, I am grateful for it. I definitely am grateful for it. But it's like, yeah, man, like that was a rough for me. I still, cause I listened to Another Groove like a long time ago, and I was like, this shit still go. I ain't gonna hold it. I was like, oh,
I was wondering where you was going with that. I was like, man, this crazy.
Yeah.
On my life.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's a couple songs that all the songs are in my downloaded section, and I shuffle my downloaded section often. So sometimes your songs will come on and people might be in the car. I'll be like, little do they know my nigga cooking right now. Like, oh, mama, this my nigga, he's cooking right now. No cap. You one of them ones, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
No cap.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Word, bro.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Where you get the 40 dose from? I'm stuck on it.
And that was a GFrm4oe and your boy Freddie T from H Code. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got my boy OD1 behind the lens. You know what I'm saying?